I'm Davey, and I'm awesome! And welcome to the Comment Corner, where you guys make comments on my videos, and I respond every week. And in between responding to your comments, an optimist drowned in his bathtub. It was half full. So kicking it off this week with last week's Comment Corner, the I'm Back corner. Robert Kindler started it off with, first, that's how he always starts, just ask his wife. Need a little ice for that burn, Rob? Then Robert Kindler commented, welcome back. We missed you. You still miss me after I just put you in the burn ward? Then Robert Kindler commented, I was watching Elimination Chamber 2020 the other day. My thoughts about how safe it looked. Kind of like a dog with no teeth. Sure, he can growl and intimidate, but can't bite. When that dog was younger, 2002, stand back, he'll rip your head off. I agree, I am more of a fan of the classic chamber structure, the round one versus the square one they got now. It just looked more intimidating. But I will say the Elimination Chamber, as we know, is extremely brutal on the people in it. So if that newer chamber helps at all, I'm for it. Then Robert Kindler commented, where's Robin? We miss him. We want him back. He's right there. He'll be in rotation. And then Joshua Martinez, as Jay Spud's alter ego, Periwinkle Tyson Sam Raimi DeBarge, commented, Jewish people aren't the only ones who throw diaries at their children. My uncle, who is also somehow my father, my second cousin, and my dad's best friend, would throw copies of the Vampire Diaries at me whenever I accidentally rubbed myself on the unsuspecting legs of ladies, family and novice alike. Puberty was a hard 2 decades for me. My mother swore I was adopted, hence the reason for ignoring the pelting of the works of L.J. Smith and forgetting that she locked me in the cold storage when she had company over. She called me Foster's Freeze. Then Joshua Martinez commented, hi, I'm Davey, and I'm Blue Cheese, and this is Davey's Kid Rock tribute. Well, I do love Blue Cheese. Kid Rock, hit and miss. Then Joshua Martinez commented, dude, your wall looks different. I don't like change. That's because it is different. I moved. Duh. I just want to give a shout out to elevators for always picking me up when I'm down. Then on my Davey's Awesome Stories, Moving Sucks, where I talked about just a few of the things that makes moving suck so much. Robert Kindler kicked it off with, boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I save my movements for company time. Fight the logic. Then Joshua Martinez commented, a lot, starting with, you know what else sucks? Vacuum cleaners. Good one, bestie. Except that I already made that joke. Then he commented, I'm not a hoarder. I just want to throw all those... Dude, no! Then he commented, my Irish girlfriend called it her potato peeler. Hee. Probably because it just strips away. Then he commented, I still get emotional when I listen to Madonna. Okay, dude. You didn't cross the line, but I will definitely say, borderline. Then he commented, moose knees are so silly. They sure are. Then he commented, chocolate gravity! Okay. Then he commented, not drunk, I swear. Sadly, that's possible. He acts this way whether he's drunk or not. Then he commented, boxes are fun. They can be. When I build a fort. Until my wife comes in and tells me, get out of there, you gotta go to work. Then a comment from a first-time commenter. Not really. Ulrich Guggenheim. If that's not a troll name, I don't know what is. I'm glad you are back. I'm a long-time fan, but too scared to expose myself. I learned the hard way not to do that. I swear that old lady had a brick in her purse. Why do you only have 2 Ninja Turtles on your wall? Where is Raphael? He is cool, but rude. I have 4, they just can't see them all. But he's right there. Thing was, for a minute I was convinced that this was my brother doing another personality. So he got on here. Dude, lol. My brother is convinced you and I are the same person. Lol. Robert Kindler got in there. Josh, I seriously don't know who this is, but I'm sure he hasn't the privilege of meeting either of you. And I don't think you would pretend to be another person. Sure he wouldn't. He replied, I know you're condescending me, but I swear it's not me. Lol. And then the person pretending to be Ulrich Guggenheim replied, no, I've never met any of you. Unfortunately, due to the statute of limitations and expedition laws, I am not even in the United States, although I do miss it. It is no longer the home for the free for me. Yeah, you so talk like a foreigner. Joshua Martinez replied to this, probably under the same principle that denies me access to Thai ladyboys. I miss Mushu. There's no principle? Have fun, Josh. And I shouldn't say that because the way Josh has fun is by commenting as his alter ego, Periwinkle Tyson Sam Raimi DeBarge. When he commented, my family moved a lot throughout my childhood. I stressed that they moved, while leaving me behind with a note pinned to my shirt that read, do not return in several different languages. They even got desperate enough to pay people to never find them. But it was never enough. A couple with serious substance addiction even chose to go into rehab rather than keep the money for me. The man said I was like that ceiling baby in Trainspotting that made Obi-Wan wet the bed in terror. I totally understand as my voice at times could come off as irritating as whooping cough. I still like to sing Fame by Irene Cara when I give my dog a bath. I thought he was howling singing with me. Turns out he was whimpering. I miss that fella. He euthanized himself with my sister's curling iron. Like savagely. It was a doggy reenactment of Sleepaway Camp's Judy. It was awful. His name was Gutterknees. May he rest in peace. I'd rather see a comment from that dead dog than you. I bought a pair of shoes from a drug dealer. I don't know what he laced them with, but I've been tripping all day. Then on my Davies Awesome Wrestling video, where I ranked my top 11 favorite world championships, Robert Kindler commented, went to the thrift store today and bought Killer Clowns from Outer Space on DVD. Score! Love that movie. Loved it since I was a kid. Don't worry, that review's coming. Then, Ulrich von Guggenheim, from Gelderland, commented, I love the shirt. Everybody does. Andy and Jerry did it way before and way better than Chris and Will. Yeah, but the difference between Andy and Jerry doing that, between Chris and Will, is that Andy and Jerry's was staged. You know what? I guess there's no difference. Josh Martinez commented, why 11? Why not 13? Why don't you just shut your little trash mouth? And then Saturday night, while I'm at work, this person pretending to be Ulrich Guggenheim commented asking my thoughts on WrestleMania Night 1, and then gave all of his thoughts, including the winners and losers. Even though I've expressed many times in videos, I can't watch them the day they air. I do have a job. I don't do YouTube full time. I'm not even close to the requirements yet. I've only been doing this for a little over 2 years. It takes time, people. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Basically spoiled entire Night 1 for me, which is also ridiculous because you guys want my thoughts on it, you're going to get them on Thursdays. Like, you think I'm not going to review WrestleMania? Robert Kindler noticed this, and he hadn't gotten a chance to watch it yet either, and replied, for real, Josh, if this is you, I'm going to kick you. See, at that point, I did realize it's definitely not Josh. My brother doesn't watch wrestling actively, and when he does watch a pay-per-view, he comes over to my house to do it. He does not have the WWE Network. I got on there and reminded him, like, you're going to get my thoughts on Thursday. That's the video where you should be commenting your thoughts on the pay-per-view. And ended it with, thank you for spoiling it for me. And that's when he gave himself away. When he commented the next day, if you want to whine about it, I'll go ahead and do it again. To which Robert Kindler responded to that one, damn, I swear I can hear the clank from here. But here's the thing. Now I know who you are. I'm not going to air it here, but I know who you are because I know somebody very well who does just that. When you do something a little messed up and it irritates somebody, instead of saying, you know what, I didn't think about that, my bad, he goes on a defensive and starts calling everybody whiners. So, I know who you are. Knock it off. Neither the man who invented the Ferris wheel or the merry-go-round ever met. They traveled in different circles. And then going back to the Brothers Not Lovers video of How Dare You, where we how dared the movies Life Stinks, Galaxy Quest, and Cliffhanger, and the show Becker, the last comment this week from Ulrich Guggenheim was, Becker is overrated. I don't think you understand the term of overrated. To be overrated means that it has to get a lot of hype and publicity and press and fanfare and word of mouth, and then you watch it and go, yeah, that didn't live up to it. That's overrated. Becker did not get a lot of any of that. So how can it be overrated? Basically, you're saying that you didn't like it, which is fine. You're entitled to your wrong opinion. But not overrated. I threw a boomerang at a ghost, and it came back to haunt me. Then on this week's Davies Awesome Movies, where I reviewed the Ed Wood classic Plan 9 from Outer Space, Josh Martinez kicked it off with, you reviewed them with their love for each other. That's the way it is all over the world. I'm tired, Josh. I'm tired of comments being awful to each other. Then Joshua Martinez commented, "Hey, he looks nothing like Johnny Depp. Maybe Amber can slap him silly till he talks like a pirate. Hey, there is nothing funny about that situation." Then Joshua Martinez commented, "I have a strong psychic belief that the world will end June 1st, 2008. I'm going to say you're wrong." Then Joshua Martinez commented, "Kenzie Reeves is a daddy's girl. Hee hee hee. I don't know who that is, and I don't care, because if you're talking about her randomly in a comment corner, probably means that she does things I don't want to watch." Then Robert Kindler commented, "Do you ever wonder what happened to plans 1 through 8? No, Rob, I'm very astute as to what happened from plans 1 through 8. Let's get into that. See, plan 1 was just simply showing up, making their presence known, and then everybody would be like, oh, aliens from outer space, let's talk to them. And that failed, because the government hid it. Plan 2 was to try to sneak into radio broadcasts, which were a big thing at the time. Now you'd have to go through a podcast. But again, the government covered it up. Plan 3 was crop circles. The government didn't really cover that up because it was kind of stupid. Nobody cares that you made art out of a cornfield. Plan 4 was TV broadcasts. They tried to sneak into television, which would fail now because nobody has cable anymore. It's all about that streaming service, yo. But again, the government covered it up. Plan 5, pizza, pizza party, pizza, pizza party, pizza, pizza party, a pizza, pizza party, a pizza, pizza party. We gonna get a sausage on. We gonna get a pepperoni on. All black olive on. All mushroom on. Slap a little sauce on that. Red sauce, white sauce, green sauce. No one will be tardy because we're getting ready for a pizza, pizza party. And that didn't really work because people just showed up, got the free pizza, and left. Number 6, traffic jams. They decided to build more cars, put them out in the middle of the roads, and to have everybody be late for work. Joke's on them, though, because we've been dealing with that in Los Angeles since the first car was made. Plan 7 was earthquakes, just to shake things up. Plan 8, they were starting to get desperate. Volcanoes. But by then, people got smart and were moving away from places volcanoes were. And then, of course, what we watched. Plan 9, the resurrection of the dead, which, as we saw, failed. But they haven't stopped. I can tell you for sure what Plan 10 was. You bastards! My son asked me if the game Battleship is any fun. I told him it's hit or miss. Then the final comment this week from the Davies Awesome Movies review of American Ninja 2, The Confrontation. King Alexander commented, "Grew up on these movies. My liege. It's an honor to know that you and I both grew up watching the same American Ninja movies. Hopefully, you and I also grew up watching Kickboxers. If you flip a canoe over, you can actually use it as a hat, because it's capsized." So there you have it. That's the Comic Corner this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit that little bell so you get notifications when I post new videos, and leave a comment of your own to be in next week's Comic Corner. Love you guys.